This week, we've got new updates to the calendar functionality in HighLevel, as well as some updates to some of their newest, most cutting-edge features. We've got all of that and more coming up for you in this week's Weekly Breakdown right now. All right, first up, an update to Conversation AI, the chatbot feature inside of HighLevel. Again, I will reiterate, this is something that we don't have a ton of experience with, although we are getting more and more experience with it. We would love to hear how you want to use it or how you are currently using it. But in the meantime, this week's update is around the sleep functionality inside of that chatbot. So I believe you can set the chatbot to go like a period of time that the conversation can go dormant before that chatbot closes that conversation. And so that's what this is referring to. Now you can set a sleep setting up to 48 hours. I believe that conversation can go dormant, but still get reactivated by that chatbot. Check it out. Again, this is more just an awareness, an awareness acknowledgement more than anything, right? Just to make you more aware of the chatbot. I'm just going to keep saying it. Chatbot, Conversation AI. It's a function inside of your HighLevel accounts. We'd love to see you use it. All right, next up, a follow-up to the functionality of followers. Now, if you don't remember, followers is a new functionality that rolled out in the last couple months from HighLevel that allows you to assign multiple people, multiple multiple users to a contact. So the benefit of doing this would be like if you wanted to give real estate agents that you work with access to your account and you only want to give them access to the contacts that they are working on, then you could add them as a follower to any of the contacts that you're working on, any of the opportunities that you guys are working on together. So that would be an example of the use case with this. We've got some updates to that functionality, allowing us now to be able to create a smart list and filter export leads based on who is assigned as a follower. So you can say, hey, show me all the contacts where the follower is this real estate agent, and it'll pull a smart list for you. You can export it. You can add all those people to an automation. So just more functionality you expect out of everything else in HighLevel, getting added to some of their more recent updates. All right, next up, we've got a couple updates to calendars that I want to show you this week. I believe I went into calendars, maybe it was last week or the week before. I'm going to highlight it again. Calendars are one of the most underused functionalities because almost everybody is using a Calendly account, is using an Acuity scheduling account, is using a Schedule Me account, whatever it is that you're using. Most people are using some sort of tool where people can pick a time on your calendar and schedule that time. This is built into your HighLevel account, and it's way better than any other tool that I've used, and I've used Acuity and Calendly specifically. So let's check it out. Let's jump in. Okay, so the updates that we're talking about, there's two of them. First off, the first one that we're going to talk about is now we have the ability to customize the calendar widget a little bit more than we were able to before. So the calendar widget, before we didn't have the ability to change any of the colors with it, whereas now we can. So no matter what we did with our landing page, our button for booking a call was always blue, whereas now we have the ability to come in here, we have the ability to add our colors and make it more branded for us. We also have the ability to disable showing certain components of the title or of the calendar. So the calendar forces you to put together a title, a description, and calendar details. Well, now you can hide that on the calendar widget when you're showing people your calendar, or when you send people your calendar link, you can hide those details that you were forced to put in to create the calendar, but you didn't actually want it to be there in the first place. The other thing that we can do in here now is we can preview the changes that we've made. We can change the text of the button as well. I didn't touch on that. Change the text of the button. We can preview the changes that we've made. Again, just cool functionality. The HighLevel widget, the HighLevel calendar widget is pretty. It's a good, it's a aesthetically pleasing process, aesthetically pleasing experience, but now we have the ability to customize it just a little bit more. So where I would want to change potentially the color of these numbers right here and the color of this button, and then again, like I said, this title, description, these things right here, I have the ability to remove as well. So again, really cool functionality as far as just being able to customize your calendar widget, customize anything that you're sharing with borrowers or with prospective borrowers. The next update that I wanted to share with you is around the ability to see what is on your calendar, what is on your schedule. The functionality that they are doing better with. I don't believe this is something they didn't offer. I just think it's an enhancement, something that looks better than it did, which is the ability to see your users in your account or your employees or your teammates or however it is that you're referring to them. But if you have multiple users inside of your account, you now have the ability to layer all of their calendars on top of each other and see them side by side. Again, I think I showed last week your ability to go up here and change this. Maybe it was on a Zoom room, but your ability to go up here and change this, filter by either appointment or by blocked slot. Now we have that ability. Now we have the ability to check the people. Oops, I'm just click happy today. To check the names of the users that we want to see on the calendar, and then they'll show up in different colors. The color that they show up in, right, is the color of the checkbox here. So you'll see Mike Davis is red right there. That is a Mike appointment right there. Green for Carson, blue for Alex. So I can see all of my team, their calendars all in one spot. So again, just kind of an awareness thing, right? Like if you're not using calendars, then this probably doesn't mean a whole lot to you. But I just wanted to drive awareness, show you how cool this tool really is. If you are using any other tool, definitely take a peek at calendars inside of HighLevel. Replace just one more tool in your stack. All right, next up, there have been some updates lately in the last month and a half on the agency side for dashboards, for being able to customize and create new types of reports on the dashboards inside of accounts, which was very, very welcome because the old dashboard experience was super antiquated. Nobody actually used any of the numbers that were on there or the graphics that were on there. So now we have a lot more control. We've started to do some stuff in our internal accounts as far as representing that data. What I don't like is they don't give access to agency users at this point. I'm sorry, to account users or account admins at this point. Everything seems to be restricted only to the agency, which means we have to create dashboards on your behalf. So if you are an Empower Elite member, reach out to your client success manager and we can help get you set up with dashboards that you're looking for. That is one thing that I don't like about it right now. I don't see why we wouldn't grant access to that if we were able to. So stay tuned. It might be something they roll out down the road depending on how many people complain about it. But that is the dashboard. Now the new update that they just rolled out to that is that now you have the ability to do multiple dashboards in one account, which is cool. So if there's if there's any reason that you would want to be able to rotate between multiple dashboards, I would assume at the point that we put multiple dashboards in your account that you will have the ability to toggle between them, hopefully, but we'll have to test that out. So stay tuned, more on dashboards. If dashboards and data on your dashboard is something that you've been really hung up on, thinking about a lot, reach out to us, reach out to your success manager. We are happy to help. All right, next up, another newer high-level feature that we haven't done any sort of experimentation with. It is the IVR feature, the inbound voice routing feature. So essentially being able to set up your HighLevel account to be your phone system. Take your Twilio phone numbers, and now you don't have to have a supplemental business phone system because you have a main line that they can call into. They can press 1 for sales, they can press 2 for service, or maybe for you it's press 1 for this LO, 2 for this LO, whatever it is. This is now supposedly possible inside of HighLevel. They're making enhancements to this. As with anything major and groundbreaking like this, we typically stick on the sidelines a little bit and let the dust settle before we'll jump in and get our hands dirty. In addition, I believe this is only supported with the lead connector phone system. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to do more research into it. We'll keep you posted. Let me know if you have experience with it. We want to hear it. All right, lastly, a really cool minor but major usability enhancement for the email builder. You now have the ability when you preview an email to preview the custom values that you have put in that email. This is really cool because before, when you clicked preview email, it just left a blank for any custom value that you had, whereas now you have the ability when you go to preview an email to select the contact that you want to preview it as, and then it'll actually pre-fill the information in the email based on what that contact has in the fields that you're trying to pull in. So really cool feature for being able to preview your custom emails that you want to send out before you send them out. If you want to use some of the custom fields that we have set up inside your account, if you're using it as far as tracking data and you want to start using those fields actually inside of your marketing, this gives you the ability to preview that and see what that looks like before you ever send anything to anybody. All right, guys, that is it for this week's weekly breakdown. Quick recap. We've got calendars that I really wanted to highlight for you guys because the calendar functionality is sick. The ability to see multiple calendars at the same time if you have multiple people on your team, that's really the biggest highlight, is along with customizing the calendars. And then we had some updates to some of HighLevel's newer features as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you on next week's Zoom Room, Tuesday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, right? 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Is that right? 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Cool. Paige is saying yes. 9 a.m. Mountain Time. We'll see you on the Zoom Room Tuesday, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Until then, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you at the top.